morning. This is the best time because this is when you do the driveway test, or in this case the garage test. Brand new car, park it overnight and see if it leaks oil. I know these 3 spots were already here. Those were from the old NSX when it was sitting over here. That thing's got a little oil leak. So those were there, but I don't see anything new. Nothing fresh. The only thing fresh is that. All right, that was cheesy. Oh, so indeed she did pass the driveway test. No leaks, no nothing. Today's an exciting day, and I'll tell you why here in a sec. First up, we're working on the 07 STI, starting a little bit of a mini build on it, and then when I'm all done with the car, I'm actually going to be giving it away to one of you guys. First link down below, we'll get you all the info on that. Second thing is, we have a pretty big car meet tonight. Don't you love when you wave at neighbors and they don't see you? It's like when you go to give someone a fist bump and they like shake your hand at the same time. Anyways, big car meet tonight at Boosted. Coffee, and the exciting part with that is me and a bunch of the boys are all cruising down from the shop. So there should be a couple R34 GTRs, twin turbo Huracan, R8. I'm sure Bobby's gonna be driving the NSX. I don't know what car I'm gonna take yet. I think Jared, I'll probably lend Jared the M3 like I usually do. He can drive that. And I'll either be taking this Evo, or I'm really tempted to drive Bobby's STI, Gary. So we'll see. Also, I know that audio hasn't been the best. I think yesterday's video was pretty dialed in. But man, every time you like get a new mic set up, you always got to run through all the audio levels, and it's just a freaking pain. So I'm working on it. The old mics I used to use, they were the Rode Video Mic Go, I think it was. The new ones are the DJI Mic 2 or Mic 2.0, and they're both good for different reasons. The Rode ones just kept breaking nonstop, and it was getting awfully expensive. A couple $100 every like month. Before I get working on this thing, Jared and I are gonna go out and shoot some cool shots of it. You guys ask all the time how we get the really, really good audio. I'm not talking about the audio from the vlogs, but the stuff you guys see on Instagram. I'll have Jared kind of run through what he uses, but there's a microphone there. Jared, pop the hood real quick. He puts one in the engine bay. Granted, on this car it's not going to sound all that cool until we do some mods on her, but usually that microphone will go near the turbo. In this case, it's just sitting near the airbox. And then Jared uses, I'm giving them a tour of your audio. What is this thing?
A Zoom H6 recorder. So this captures all the audio, and then yeah, way better than anything that's coming out of the camera.
Way better than this little clunker.
So, and then we'll sync it up with this guy for video.
And what is that, a A7 III?
Yep.
2870 G Master?
24 to 70?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Alright. You want me to drive or you driving?
You can drive.
I'll put some examples on the screen of how this is going to turn out. They always turn out really, really good. Jared understands his stuff with audio and filming, the creative kind of things. I'm just a mechanic. All right, my friends, we got the Hawkeye in the shop, and I'm actually going to be pulling out the motor real quick today before we head out to the meet. A couple reasons for it. The issues that this car has, it can all be fixed with the engine in the car, but it needs a timing belt replacement. It's due for that. The timing belt, of course, isn't broken, but maintenance-wise, it needs a timing belt. It has an oil leak. I wanted to put a new clutch in it. I could pull the trans to do the clutch, so that'd be a little bit easier, but doing everything else while the motor's in the car, it just makes sense to go ahead, pull the motor out of the car, and it only takes about an hour and a half anyway to yank the motor. And at the same time, we can get everything cleaned up. I did order in some aftermarket goodies, so over the next couple days, I'm gonna go through the motor, get it all cleaned up, reseal everything, and do a couple bolt-on mods. This car is just completely stock right now with just a catback, and while it's fun, a little bit of mods is definitely gonna go a long way to wake this thing up. So let's go ahead, get her on the lift. I might even repaint the engine bay while the motor's out. I haven't really decided yet. It's not that bad, but it's not like, it ain't like the Evo, you know, where it's perfect. Nonetheless, let's get her on the lift and start pulling this thing apart. It looks like we have a glorious rear main seal leak. Check that out, completely soaked underneath and coming down the back side of the pan. Yeah, either rear main or the back of the oil pan's leaking. Neither really all that fun to fix in the car. So I think we're definitely making the right move with pulling this motor. Now, from my understanding, this motor has never been out of the car, but I guess we'll see. There'll be signs if it has been. Come on. Why you gotta do that? I like how, what was it, 2 months ago? I deliberately took a few mods off this car to put back to stock, but I just can't leave stuff stock for very long. It's not very fun. Now, if the AC is empty anyway, which I have a feeling it is, we can just disconnect the lines and leave the AC compressor on the motor. So that's gonna make life a little bit easier. And I'm gonna do the same with the power steering. I'm just gonna disconnect the lines from the power steering pump, leave the pump on the motor. We will have to bleed the system later, but that is very, very simple. This is where we're at. Airbox off, intercooler off, radiator out. Everything up front is disconnected. So in the back, we need to pull the pitch stop mount, all the bell housing bolts, and the downpipe. Looks like our turbo seals are gone, so new turbo it is. All we have left underneath to get the motor out is this downpipe. Comes off. Very crusty. And 2 motor mount nuts. One being loose. You would think with the amount of Evos I work on, I'd be quicker at removing an Evo engine versus Subaru. I'm definitely still way faster at Subis than Evos. So this is everything we had to remove to get the motor out. As you can see, it's not much. Everything is disconnected. Let's go ahead, yank this guy out. I'm curious what was leaking. Either the rear main or the oil pan. All right, motor's out. I'm guessing it's the rear main. Yeah, it is. Back of the flywheel's wet. Well, I met my goal of getting the motor out of the STI. I gotta go help Bobby wash cars. Hopefully this thing does not freaking leak on the Evo. You do the wheels yet? Where's the utensils for wheels? Got all the JDM boys lined up. Gary, NSX, M3, not JDM, R34, a Type RA STI. Ah, there's Joshua. When you think you're cool, and then this thing shows up. Josh picked up this beautiful 2020 R8 as well. Sounds like he's done with the 4-cylinder life.
Back in front.
All right, this is all the cars coming with us today. That is quite the lineup. Okay, we are all headed out. Man, this is so cool seeing all these cars here in person. That Bayside Blue is, I think, my favorite. Who's gonna go first? So this is what I used to dream about when I was a child, huh? Look at that freaking lineup. Sheesh. All right, we're 30 minutes early. Let's see if it's already full. Yes, sir. Meet is freaking packed. Man, I'm absolutely terrible at trying to film at car meets. There's always so much things going on and always talking to you guys. It's hard to pull out the camera. But meet was an absolute blast. Shout out to everyone who came out. It was super fun rolling down with the 2 GTRs. Josh in the Lambo, Josh's wife in the R8, Bobby in the NSX, Jared in the R8 or M3, and me whipping Gary. That was a blast. I need to do more things like that. Get out of the shop, go cruise around more. Man, it's a good time. It's nice enjoying the cars that you build. Listen to the NSX pull into the garage. Doing all right? She's a little loud. Give me a quick rev. Okay, good night.